Hey guys, Lisa Salvatore here. I just wanted to hop on and do a quick video just to talk briefly about what's going on right now, the next couple of days and the week ahead. Today's November 3rd. It is election day here in the United States. It is also the day that Mercury will station direct after having been retrograde since October the 13th. And even though Mercury is technically direct as of today, Mercury will be in its in its retro shade period, as they call it, until November the 19th, which means that until November the 19th, we're still not entirely out of the Mercury woods yet. So miscommunication, miscounting, mismanagement of mail, ballots, technology, communications are all still spotty at best. So it's not wise to really just put all of our eggs in any one basket at this time, and just try to stay calm and try to keep your head and your wits about you with everything going on in the world right now, and just being kind to each other, and just making sure that you're taking care of yourself as best as you can, because these are some intense times, some crazy times energetically, and everybody's kind of losing it a little bit as we try to navigate our personal waters on top of the collective waters, right? Okay, so having said that, I also want to mention that on November the 12th, we have a big astrological deal, I would say. Jupiter and Pluto are going to make their final conjunction of 2020 in Capricorn on November 12th. Jupiter and Pluto made their first conjunction in Capricorn this year, back on April 4th, and that is when we saw a big increase and rise in the coronavirus cases, right? And then again, we had a Jupiter-Pluto conjunction on June 30th, same kind of, pattern with the virus. And we're due to have the final one of the year on November the 12th. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what has been going on. Europe has already headed into lockdowns in many of their cities. The U.S. has reported some of the most cases in one day, actually, of the coronavirus. Okay, I say reported because that's just, that's what they're saying. So, I'm not saying the planets are responsible, but yes, of course, as most astrologers and anybody who's really big into astrology will know, that the coronavirus has been following the trajectory of the bubonic plague back from 1771, which is the last time that Jupiter and Pluto were actually in Capricorn. And they had a very similar path and pattern of conjunctions in Capricorn that also led to spikes of the pandemic back then in 1771. So back then it was January, September, and I believe November were the spikes. But then on the beautiful side, on the good news side, after that, it seemingly dwindled. So we're hoping that by December, when Jupiter and Pluto move into Aquarius, Jupiter and Saturn move into Aquarius, it will lift, and we will not have the intensity of the coronavirus the way that we've been experiencing it. So we can hope, right? We can pray. But meanwhile, November 12th is also the day before Mars will station direct. As you've probably heard me say many times before, when planets are retrograde, they tend to be louder. Their activity, their traits are amplified, but then when they're actually stopped and about to switch direction, they're really, really amplified. And Mars is hot, guys. Mars is about action and heat and fire and passion. And if you have been paying attention lately, I'm sure not just with yourself, but people around you, there has definitely been an irritability and an edginess that has been present. And now with this election day in the US, it's really ramped up. So again, just be cautious, be conscious. Don't go off the deep end. Don't engage in fights with other people if you can avoid it. Everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody has a standpoint, a viewpoint, and it's probably best right now to just stay pulled back and just allow things to unfold. Do your part and then allow things to unfold, because if you try to go in there and do otherwise, it may not be so great, right? So yeah, keep in mind that the day before this Mars direct station, the station of Mars direct, we do have this Jupiter-Pluto conjunction again in Capricorn. So, I'm not saying the coronavirus is going to spike again at that time. Who knows? It might not. We've already kind of been seeing an upswing in cases apparently, so it is quite possible. And then hopefully by the end of the year it will dissipate some. I mean, 2020 has just been like a roller coaster of a year. personally, collectively, there's just been so much going on. I'm sure everyone is ready for a fresh start, clean slate. In 2021, hopefully we'll provide that, right? Of course, there's always going to be challenges. That's just life. But hopefully it won't be as challenging as 2020. Okay, so yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Again, you know, the last time we had an election on Mercury retrograde, when Mercury stationed direct, I should say, excuse me, was back in 2000, and that was during the contested election with Bush and Gore. So, again, you know, who knows? There's, like I said, Mercury is technically going to still be in shadow until the 19th of this month. So who knows how long it's going to take until we have our final answer, right? It could be tomorrow, it could be tonight, it could be, it'll be tonight, but it could be, you know, next week. We just don't know. So again, just take care of yourselves, take care of each other, try not to spiral, stay well, stay healthy, and yeah, I will be back soon. We have a new moon in 2 weeks. Hopefully that'll bring in some positive energy. November does seem to be a little tumultuous, like every other month of 2020 has been so far, so I'm sure there'll be some little bright spots in there as well. Take really good care of yourselves, guys, and I'll be back soon. Actually, I'm gonna pull a card. Let's do a card for election day. For this week, I should say. Not election day, but for this week. Kind of like the overall energy. I feel like a lot of us, too, have to be paying very close attention to what we're actually seeing. Not what's being fed to us, but what we're actually seeing, like what's true in our eyes, in our soul, in our heart, what we're seeing to be the truth, not what we're being told. And that just doesn't go for, you know, collective energy, that's personal also. So you want to make sure you're really, you know, you're seeing the forest through the trees. Neptune is quite present right now too, and Neptune clouds things. So you just want to make sure, right, that your vision is clear. All right. Got the Seven of Wands. So yeah, this is about, you know, laying down the groundwork, doing the hard work. It's active. So this is going to be a very active week. There's going to be a lot of irritation present, as we know already. We were already seeing it, feeling it. The energy's ramped up, guys. There's lots of anxiety present. So just be careful. Be, like I said, be mindful. And just know that this is going to feel like a very intense couple of weeks here as we navigate the world and what's going on, our emotions, and then what's really going on. So take really good care of yourselves, guys, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.